Yellow. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's up, Jared? What's up, Tantans?
The latest on the war with
good.
Iran. And
Ooh. Didn't mean to play that. How's it going, y'all? It is Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. Words for the algo. Trump supporters. Friendly debates. We are doing friendly political debates. Friendly debates. Liberals, Trump supporters, mail-in ballots, voter ID, Kamala Harris. What's up, Izzy? Just got some wing stuff? That sounds delicious. What's up, Tyga? What did I have for... I had mac and cheese. Delicious. Muscle mac, by the way. 20 grams of protein. What's up, Corin? Yeah, you can't go wrong with the mac. Oh, well after midnight. What's up, Debbie? How's it going, everybody? How's everybody's Monday doing? Looks like Trump has decided to postpone strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure, citing new negotiations with Tehran. We're actually doing negotiations now. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon. That's number one. Of course. All right. Working a night shift. Are you? Will I check for new stickers? Oh, guys, if anybody wants to help me make new stickers for my channel, DM me. That would be awesome. The 48-hour demand, market manipulation. Let's watch it. Watch it. Guys, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Otherwise, we're going to watch a video of Mr. Global that's going to tell us how Trump is playing you like a fool. Mr. Global, come to me. Oh, David.
Playing video games, DP?
No, not right now.
Oh. Tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, you know it.
Cool. Everybody needs goals. What's your favorite game?
Final Fantasy 14.
Really? How far into it are you? Have you finished it?
You're never finished. It's a continuous thing.
Oh, it never ends.
Yeah.
Do you have to buy new stuff or just updates?
They just give updates every few months.
Is it made by Blizzard?
No.
Who makes it?
Squaresoft.
Is that bigger than Blizzard?
No.
No. What was the game you made all the money on?
That was made by Tencent. That was PUBG Mobile. Tencent's like one of the biggest companies in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
And they were paying out money,
hmm
right? Where? How did you get the money? Did you join tournaments? Is that what it was? Tournaments?
No, I was a content creator, so they contracted me to stream their game X amount of hours per month, and I couldn't play any of their competitors' games on my channels.
How did you get all the followers?
Streaming?
Interesting. Why did you lose your page?
I didn't. I shut it down. I could reopen it if I wanted.
Why did you shut it down? Didn't it have a lot of followers?
Yeah, but Facebook gaming is dead. The page is virtually useless. I could post something and it would get like 100 likes.
No, no, not that page. I'm talking about the TikTok page.
Oh,
Didn't you say
I didn't have a big TikTok page for that.
No, no, no. I'm talking. Didn't you say you had to? This is your not your main page or something or main account?
Yeah.
What does that mean? They took your account or
They banned it permanently.
why?
Because I don't know. Apparently, I'm a potty mouth.
What did they tell you why?
No,
They didn't even tell you why?
no,
What do you think? You think that they're pulling back on liberal pages?
I
You
don't
think
know.
that's happening?
I don't know.
I mean, because it's a new owner now, so that could be, right?
Could be.
Or what do they call it? What do they
Are
actually
they
call that? There's a
go,
term for it.
ghost?
Throttling down? Isn't that what they
Yeah,
call
they
it?
can
Throttle
throttle my
down?
viewership,
Down? Yeah.
blacklisting or whatever.
You think they're doing that with liberal? So one day you woke up and it was gone.
No, I was streaming. I was live, and it kicked me off live. I watched my software for TikTok log me out of that account, and same thing with my phone. I watched it live. It logged me out of the account on my phone.
What?
Yeah.
You think a person did that?
No, I think that's just what happens when you get banned.
Yeah, but some person made that decision or no?
It could have been a strike system.
Oh, how many strikes did you have? Did you know?
Um, I mean, we're talking about every time I've gotten like a 7-day ban.
Yeah, you get so many and then that's it.
Yeah.
Interesting. What were they? It was because of what you were saying or some other guest was saying?
My best guess is when I had Google Phone on,
Yeah.
TikTok thinks that sound is coming through my microphone because of the way I have it, and some of the crazy guests that I have on from Google Phone is uh, flagging some misinformation stuff.
Oh, so if they have something that's not proven.
I had one guy come up here when I was getting banned. When I got banned, this guy was talking about how Ashley Biden had an affidavit of some sorts that was damning and said that Biden sexualized her and stuff, which is not true. Never even heard that.
Yeah, so that banned you?
I think so.
Wow. Why didn't you? Well, if you would have muted him, would you have not been banned?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That was gonna. I mean, I'm not. I don't have foresight like that. I don't know. He's gonna say
How
crazy
many
shit like
followers
that.
did you have?
Just
Like a
about
million?
80K.
80,000?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, is that a lot? That's not really a lot, is it?
Nah.
I didn't think it. I mean, like 3 million is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you have a million or 3 million followers, you could actually do it for a living, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, depending on how you monetize it, you can be pretty small and do it for a living.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you think? So I've seen these, like you do it too, but they kick for cash, right?
hmm
They kick for cash, right? Most of the liberal lives do it that way, where they, it's like, in my opinion, I mean, okay, I understand the business model there, but you're really kind of grifting off mentally ill people because, yeah, you're going to trigger the mentally ill to get that voice off there and they're going to pay you.
Everybody who pays me is mentally ill.
Pretty much. Yeah, because they're basically saying, I can't take it anymore. Get him off. Here's money. Right? So that's that's going to happen. You know that. Whereas on the conservative live, on that type of thing, I don't think they really kick for cash. They just kick.
What's the difference
Right?
between
You're
me
kicking for
doing
cash.
this
So
and
eventually
Trump saying that
somebody's
Trump's
gonna give you $40, right?
what's the
And
difference
then you're
between
gonna be done and you're gonna be like,
what's the difference
bye.
what's the difference between me doing this and Trump continuously asking for money so they can help save you from the illegal migrants?
What kind of pivot is that?
It's the same thing. You're shaming me for some sort
What
of
the hell is
grift.
that?
Some sort of
What is
grift.
that?
The grifter in chief.
Because he's not grifting off mentally ill people. He's
Oh
saying,
yeah, he is.
where is he? He's asking for money for what?
Because he's convinced everybody that the government's after you and him.
So he has a Cash App?
The first thing you see in his webpage. Have you seen where he sends emails to people? Yeah, well, pretty much. He sends people an email.
Does he get to spend the money, or does it go into his campaign?
It depends on how he asks for it. So, like right now, he's asking for it, and he has no campaign, so it goes straight to him. So, things like a poll. He'll send you a poll, and the title of the email will be, "Hey, you're not an illegal alien, are you?" And some old unknowing person will say, "No, I'm not an illegal alien. I'm an American." And it say, "Well, take this poll." And at the end of it, it'll say you have to pay $25 to submit the poll. That is predatorial. And then they don't even know it, but it's a recurring payment sometimes.
Ah, that's amazing. I wonder how he doesn't get arrested for that.
What's the offense?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just Trump running a grift.
He sells watches too, and shoes and all these other shit. I haven't bought anything from that bullshit.
Look at these crazy people wrapped in American flags and American flag face paint, American flag tattoos, Trump tattoos, American flag boats, American flag truck wraps. You don't think that they're mentally ill?
I think they're very passionate, but I'm not sure they would send money to shut the other voice down.
Of course they would.
I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I see it on Liberal Eyes all the time. Right?
We're telling you guys about Trump doing this right now, and you don't care as long as it's on your side. FCC, Brandon Carr, openly saying that these people need to comply because licensing renewals coming up. That these stations need to.
Oh, you're talking about Jimmy Kimmel?
I'm not just talking about Jimmy Kimmel.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about. Do you know who Brendan Carr is?
Let me think. No.
He's the guy who wrote a lot of the stuff in Project 2025, but he's the head of the FCC.
So
and
if I don't know,
he's a billionaire.
FCC, well, okay. So did Jimmy Kimmel get taken down because of that guy?
Basically, the power that guy holds. Yes.
He took him down.
Yes.
And
he's the one who issues licensing, right, to all those media companies.
Yeah, they're public airwaves. They belong to us.
So you're okay with him silencing people of your opposition, but if we did that, it wouldn't be cool, right?
The difference really between that is those airwaves does not belong to ABC. They're not.
They don't belong to Brendan Carr either. They don't belong to Trump. They don't belong to the Republican Party.
They belong to you.
Yeah, I know. So they should be everybody. So they shouldn't be politicized.
Yes. So how often? Okay. How often does Jimmy Kimmel say anything positive about Trump?
He doesn't need to. That shouldn't be a requirement.
No. I'm asking you a question. How often does he say that?
Probably never. Why? Why should he?
Right. So why wouldn't it be? So half the country voted for Trump, right? And the airwaves belong to the country, right? So why doesn't it become equal time where he has negativity against Trump and then he has to say something positive? Because half the country is being shut out. Half the country is being shut out.
Freedom of speech. You can just watch another person that does the opposite.
No. Not freedom of speech. We own the airwaves.
Yeah, I know. And you're using the federal government to pursue people for what they say.
Set that onto a cable channel, right? And start a cable channel. Don't use public airwaves to do that. That's not freedom of speech.
That is absolutely freedom of speech. You shouldn't be able to use the federal
Yeah,
government to
but why
silence
does
your
it only
opponents, like you
okay,
said,
okay.
like what you're
Well,
alluding
he's
to.
doing it. Well, he's doing it. So my question is, why doesn't he have to show the other side? Like a
Where's the law
positive
that says
somebody
that?
it's a public license that they
And where
own.
does the public license say that he has to do equal sides reporting?
I think Obama put that in place.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah. I think Obama had equal time law in place.
I think we took that out, didn't we?
Who took it out? Who took it out?
I don't know. Let me see.
Obama was going to put minders into the broadcast booths. Don't you remember? He was going to take liberal talk or conservative talk radio AM stations. He was going to go put the monitors in with them. He was going to have a government person there.
It remains in effect. It mandates that radio and television stations providing airtime to one political candidate. Oh, political candidates.
Yeah.
So that's not a law. So the fairness doctrine
how
would
many
apply to
candidates on the right does Jimmy Kimmel offer on his broadcast?
I don't know. How many should he?
0.
He doesn't have to. This doesn't apply to him.
You just read the law.
The law doesn't apply to Jimmy Kimmel.
Why not?
Dog. Okay. So
Dog,
if
it's
Jimmy
a
Kimmel
owned airwave.
Okay.
It's not a cable station.
You
know the
the
difference?
airwave might
Do you know
be
the
publicly
difference?
owned.
Those are licenses that are they're owned by the government. And
Got
ABC pays for that to the
Uh-huh.
government.
Got it. So
Right?
you want to be able to
It's not Fox News or CNN.
Can you calm down, David? You want to be
You
able
don't understand this. I don't understand why you don't
You want to
understand
be able to shut down radio stations and news stations and
Obama did.
shows based on their political leanings if they don't show fairness. I don't think anybody with like a good conscience could say nice things about Trump without being paid. But thank you, Georgia, for the $40 to kick. David, you're a heinous person. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box.
The ICE agents at the airports, we can agree that's a good thing, right?
Why?
Well, because the airports have been laying people off because the government shut down. They haven't been able to pay, so they're using the ICE agents to substitute for the missing workers. So we agree that's a good thing, right? You like secure airports.
They're not trained to do TSA. Are they doing TSA?
Well, Pickles, it's better than nothing though, because we don't have enough.
It's not better.
people
It doesn't do anything.
Come on, Pickles. Seriously, come on, man. Dude, okay, listen. What I'm trying to say is that it's better than not having security at airports, though. I get like
For what?
to prevent crime. Obviously, come on now, Pickles.
What crimes are we seeing at airports?
There will be crime because recently there have not been enough security at airports because the government shutdowns. People haven't been getting paid, so they're getting laid off. So there will be an increase in crime because of the government shutdown. So that's why the ICE.
Are you so when there is no government shutdown? What's going to be your excuse for ICE agents at the airport?
I'm assuming what will happen at that point is the TSA workers will come back to work and the ICE agents will leave.
That's not why they're there.
It's partially no, but that is. I read an article, Pickles, on the New York Times, and it told me that's exactly why. So the problem is that
he put him there to punish us. It's not like a thing to help TSA.
No, it is because TSA has been laying people off because of the government shutdown. So that's why
it's the ICE not agents because are of there. That though.
No,
but why they're there.
That is the reason why they're there. Absolutely.
What are they doing?
That's the problem. The Democrats are misinformed on this because they're not reading from non-biased news articles. Pickles, that's the problem. So the disconnect. I see where the disconnect is. I'm just a little bit more informed.
My camera's dying. Guys, you're gonna have to give me a little bit. First of all, if someone's there to prevent crime that's not even happening, that's not a point for anybody. It's just costing us money. And the TSA lines are going to still be just as long. There's going to be people lined up to all the way outside to the parking lot of the airport. It doesn't do anything. This is just political theater, and it's also weird to see you guys justify every instance of Trump doing military state.
I understand what you're saying about political theater, but two things can be true at one time because it's not only political theater. That's just an aspect. That's a byproduct of it. The main reason why is to have secure airports, Pickles. Now, if it
For what?
if
Where's the
if
crime at
if
airports?
if a
There's no
byproduct
crime at
of
airports.
if a byproduct of that is political theater, then that's fine because the airports are still safe and secure. Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you see where I'm coming from with
Yeah,
it?
I mean, everything will be safer and secure if we put military everywhere, but I don't want that. I'm good.
But but this is necessary because the crime at the airports will go down. We'll feel safer with
Is
travel,
crime at
tourism will
airport
go up.
bad? I've never heard of this. Is crime at airports
No,
bad?
absolutely, Pickles. You do realize that airports have bars and people get drunk and act the fool at the bars when they're drunk. You do realize that, right,
Okay,
Pickles?
and
Yep. So they
that's
and then
not.
police get but
Okay.
no, seriously, the police
Okay.
get called. The police get called, and then people get arrested. That happens at airports all the time. You guys act like there's just no crime at airports. That's it, and that's why I said the Democrats are misinformed. Though they're misinformed on
Airports
this
in the
topic.
U.S. are generally considered safe due to high security, but they're not immune to crime. So, I mean, like, if there were like an outbreak of like people getting mugged at the airport, or if people were having an outbreak of like drunken, like I don't know, like homicides, like then you would point to something. But like, if someone's having a tissy fit and screaming at each other because they're drunk in an airport, I don't think we need the military there. That's stupid. We don't need the
Of course,
military there for drunk people.
no,
The
okay,
fuck?
come on, pickle. Come on, you're strong man. I'm not
You
saying
that
them.
was your
I'm not.
example.
I'm not saying the military. I wouldn't go that far, but I will say that we do need some. We do need some form of of security there,
People
and
who
some
have no
form of
idea how to deal with the public too. People have no training how to detain or how to like de-escalate. They have no training. And I'm not saying they're stupid.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
they literally just don't have training for that. They're not meant to do anything towards the public.
What do you mean by no training? Because I'm pretty sure that's a false claim. There's no way
Okay,
you can sit
do
here and
you
say they
think
have
that
no training.
can you point to me an instance in the last few months where ICE encountered a citizen and followed the fucking law?
Here's here's the thing. Your argument. You could maybe argue they have inadequate training. That's debatable.
That's what
But you
I've
can't just say
said.
you can't say they have
They're
no training.
not
Come on now, Pete.
trained
Come on.
to do that. I'm saying that ICE training does not involve those things, dude.
They are trained now. Their de-escalation. That's where your criticism is. That's where your
No, I mean
criticism.
literally. You have months of de-escalation training as a police officer. ICE, there's no. You don't need that. That's not a thing. They go kidnap people. They don't need de-escalation training.
Well, they're dealing with people who have nothing to lose. So, like an undocumented immigrant, he's gonna go crazy, batshit crazy, balls to the walls because
And
he has
that's
nothing to
and
lose.
exactly,
But the police
exactly.
deal with people who have something to. You have something to lose.
Exactly. Police have to follow many more laws because they're dealing with U.S. citizens. They have to learn how to not turn every situation into one where someone's on their knees getting shot 10 times.
No, and that's not justifiable. What happened with Alex Preddy is not justifiable
It
nor
shouldn't even got
defensible.
to attend to that far. Yeah, it's not, and that's
No,
what I'm saying. It's just proof. They're not trained.
Trump did acknowledge that situation went a little bit too far, but
Well, I'm
that's
glad your
not every
daddy told you it
situation.
was okay to criticize it. That's so
Wow.
sad, dude.
Wow. No, well, he did own up to it. So he's taking accountability. You guys won't talk about accountability. He took accountability for that. He's not just going
Did
to
he? Did he
completely.
really? What did he
Yeah,
say?
absolutely.
That was
It
kind
was.
of bad. That's what he said.
Well, no, it was recently reported that he had.
He
What did
thinks
it
that it's
say?
gone too far.
That was part of it. Yeah, it was a bit more than that. But
And this is
he
a rumor.
privately.
This is not him saying anything publicly, though.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
No, he's still a
private. It
narcissist.
was private.
Yeah. This is he's still a narcissist. He's not helping like the public or the general like citizens, even left and right.
So when he
to
does take
to
accountability,
de-escalate
it's not
this.
good enough. So when he does take accountability, it's not good enough. That's what you're saying, or you don't
He
believe it
when did
happened?
he take accountability?
He acknowledged it privately.
Yeah,
he did
okay.
actually.
That's not the same. Okay. If I did something wrong and I privately acknowledged to my friends that I did something wrong, is that taking fucking accountability for it? If I wronged someone else and they have no idea that that's what I did, that's how I feel.
I honestly, I think so. I think that is. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're acknowledging it, yeah,
Okay.
that counts for something.
No. It doesn't count for anything. If I had a best friend, his kid came over and I mistreated his kid, and I privately admit to my wife that I think I did something wrong, but I never said I was sorry to this kid or the other family, that would never be okay. That doesn't fly.
Well, but then if it leaks out to the public that you privately acknowledged it, you know what I
Then
mean?
it just means
That,
you're a pussy and you can't say you're sorry.
well, I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but he at least he acknowledged it though. You know what I mean? At least we got that confirmation.
He
At least
didn't
we got that
acknowledge it.
confirmation.
People hate that he acknowledged it. The first response from every MAG I've seen in videos showing this and in the news article is that it's fake news.
Dude, you want him to get on his knees and cry and beg
No, he
for
would just need to.
forgiveness?
How about hold a microphone like he does 7 times a day and
Dude,
just say, "Hey, I was
want him to, you
wrong."
want him to get in front, get on his knees and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry
No,
about
just
what
say I'm
happened." Dude,
wrong.
no,
Hey, I
that
was
would be a
wrong.
pussy.
This has
That
gone
would
too
be a
far. That's all you have to do. That would literally, the nation would heal like 1% if he started doing that.
Yeah, and I feel like there's some middle ground, some negotiation that could happen. He could publicly do it. I wouldn't
I
rather
shouldn't have
him
to
do it publicly.
negotiate for that. That's sad, dude. This is our leader. What
No,
the
I
fuck?
understand. No, I'm not against that. I do think he should have publicly said it. But the fact that he privately is good enough. Privately is good enough. But I would prefer it publicly.
I
Obviously.
literally think this is like messaging from his administration. Like, okay, your people will think you're too pussy to acknowledge that it's gone too far. So we're going to start a rumor that you said privately that it's gone too far. And we're going to test the waters and we're going to see how our base responds to this. And if they respond positively, we're going to come out and say it. If they respond negatively, we're not going to come out and say it. That's exactly what I think this
Wow.
is.
Wow. You do realize that now that's a conspiracy theory. That's conspiracy theorist right there. That's literally
Just
conspiracy
critical
theorist. You know what I
thinking,
mean?
dude.
That's going against the narrative what was put out officially. You know, they
His
acknowledged that
official
it was
narrative, if you're believing their official narrative, then you're dumber than a bag of hair, dude.
it makes sense because I agree with it that he did go a little bit too far with with the Alex Pretty Renee Good. That's why, and that's why they withdrew service or in Minneapolis. They withdrew the ICE agents. So
Dang, good
that support
job. Good job. This is
that
what a normal
but
president would have done. They said, okay, this is what we need to do. We're gonna redo everything. Everybody goes back to training. We're gonna investigate this fully so this never happens again. They would look at the public and say, hey, we acknowledge we've done something wrong. This is what a normal president. Think of what Obama would have done. Think of what Biden would have done. Even Bush would have come out and said, hey, this is bad. We need to fix this. And he would have let the nation get over it and be upset. But in the end, we would have actually together looked how to fix it. And this is not how it is. In Trump world, it's two sides, and the Dems are terrorists. And this guy was ready to start a fight, and he was looking for maximum violence and all this shit. Like that, he doesn't get any points for coming back and be like, all right, we went too far a little bit privately.
Well, the fact that they withdrew the ICE agents from Minnesota supports that. So it's obvious that it's likely. You're just saying you just don't believe it, or you don't think that it. He did say it. You think that it's the Republicans trying to.
I think this is Republicans trying to cool this down because he's the most spiteful person I've ever heard of. He will remember every single person who's slighted him, and if he is judged negatively over his immigration program, he doubles down. That's what he does. He doubles down. He goes, no, fuck you. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I just based on the sources what I've read that he did acknowledge that it was wrong and that they lessened the presence of ICE. And that's the reason why you haven't seen any other stories like Renee Good or Alex Preddy. It slowed down. Otherwise,
dude.
Otherwise there would be more cases of senseless killing. So I'm just saying that
they're running out of money. They're running out of reasons. We've seen the reason they're doing this. By the way, they're still in Minnesota. We've seen the reason that they're doing this is they're jamming up states if they don't comply with all these new voter laws that Trump wants to pass, if they don't comply with giving them voter rolls. Like you saw them with their list of demands towards Minnesota asking for voter rolls in regards to removing ICE.
You know what I think happened is that you guys used the law unfairly against Trump, and so he's kind of getting some revenge. He's using the law unfairly.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
I think
it was never proven that we used the
law
law unjustly against him. It was never proven. None of that's been proven.
That's been proven the last 4 years, multiple times. You guys.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to.
And if you're saying we need to do lawfare, we need to exercise lawfare just in case there was lawfare before. Or even if there was, that's not how you do that. That's not how you heal a nation. What he's doing is a revenge tour.
I'm not going to say it's justified, obviously, but some people want revenge. Naturally, you keep to quote unquote keep the same energy. I've heard you say that to you keep the same energy that they give you, and
As a
so I'm not going
president,
to
as
say
a
just.
leader, that's not okay. As a leader, it's
And
not
I'm
okay.
not even going to say that all the cases against him were unfair, but majority though, majority of the cases, and a few of them you get at
None
least
of them
agree
were,
they
dude.
used the law unfair.
There's not a single case I've heard a Trump supporter dismantle for me, or even tell me that they know enough about it. Like, I bet you probably don't know
Wow.
enough about any of his cases to make a difference.
Wow.
Do you?
Well, I know the outcomes. I know the
Yeah,
outcomes.
that's what I thought. Yeah, that
I know
he became president and they got thrown away.
Why I'm not going to sit here and say I know all the details, but I know more than enough. I know more than enough. I will say that. I've done the research. I'm informed on these topics, and it's just a lot of the time it wasn't fair. He didn't get a fair chance, and he's not the only one. The justice system's not perfect. Pickles, you acknowledge the justice system's not perfect, correct?
Sure, but that doesn't mean like you
Okay,
get to
thank you. We
point
can
at this
move on to
one
the next
instance.
topic. That's
It doesn't mean
concession
you
right
get to
there. We can move on to the next
absolutely
topic.
not. It doesn't mean that it's like saying, hey, you acknowledge that people win the lottery, right? Okay, well then that's what happened with Trump. I don't think so.
My point still stands is that the justice system is not perfect, and especially when it comes to somebody who's a famous, one of the most famous figures and also most controversial. So it's just I don't know. It's just unfortunate, but I think that they've cooled down the temperature though. And there's not many more cases like Alex Pretty and Renee Good. So it's a step in the right direction.
I don't think so. I don't think that you get any points for stopping killing without making huge concessions and making huge corrections, overcorrections. He's not doing that. He still will take every point he can to point at Democrats or liberals to being evil and anti-law and all this shit. And he will continue to try to persecute his political opponents and celebrate when they fucking die, and be a child and show the rest of the nation that's how you ought to be.
True. That's not true. That's not true. He just simply reacted to the passing. He didn't necessarily.
He
celebrate.
said good.
That's not a
Robert Mueller's dead. Good is what he said.
What else did he see? You guys leave out the main parts of the quote. That's a problem.
I'll pull the quote.
And I'm not going to sit here and die on this hill. We can move on to next.
This is the leader of the free world. This is how he's acting like a child.
I'm not going to sit here and say he celebrated. He just simply had a reaction. He had a human reaction, and then again, I'm not going to sit here and die on this hill. This is not going to be the topic.
You better not, because you pretending that Trump is any sort of leader and coming back on all of this shit that y'all have been saying about Charlie Kirk and us celebrating his death. This is what it looks like. Robert Mueller just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump.
Oh, well, there you go. He's talking about hurt. You don't want innocent people to get hurt, do you, Pickles? Come on,
who did he hurt? Right, who did he hurt?
No, I'm just making a generalized statement. You don't want.
Well, I'm glad Charlie Kirk is dead. I don't want innocent people to get hurt.
He didn't hurt. He didn't necessarily.
Oh, who did Robert Mueller hurt?
He may have offended. He may have offended, but I don't think he actually hurt.
So same thing with Robert Mueller, right? Did he hurt anybody?
I don't know the details, so I'm not going to necessarily go into that. But Charlie Kirk, I'm a bit more familiar. So Robert Mueller was more of a behind the scenes kind of guy. So it's kind of.
He was a Republican too.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with Robert Mueller. I'm just only familiar because of this situation that happened. So yeah. Okay. I just
no matter who it is, especially if they didn't actually kill somebody, it's pretty hard to justify saying good, they're dead. This is what Trump thinks about most of his political opponents. This is what Trump wants you to feel about your political opponents. This is what he thinks is okay. This is allowed in America, in the United States, 2026, this kind of thinking, this type of rhetoric, and especially because you guys are running defense for it right now. You're all teaching each other how to justify this behavior, and our society is becoming sicker and fucking sicker because of it.
Well, you're saying it's only one-sided because obviously you remember what you guys did with Charlie Kirk. So we can't play this one side. Pickles, it's both sides. This is the problem.
No, it's
not. You guys aren't. You're not willing to. It's both sides that contribute.
Which one of our leaders did this? Which one
Both
of our
sides
leaders did this
contribute
about Charlie Kirk?
to celebrating that. Both sides contribute to the debt. Both sides contributed to
Now,
Israel.
every single one of y'all's leaders on the right were asking for more violence when Charlie Kirk died. Every single one of our leaders, every single governor, every single political person in Congress, they all came out and said they denounce violence and that what happened to Charlie Kirk was bad. There's not even a close. You were fucking high if you think that it's the same. It's not the same.
Pickle, come on, let's be. We read the comments. We've seen everybody celebrating on TikTok, YouTube, Reddit,
but none
Facebook,
of our leaders saying it's okay, and that's the difference.
You keep talking, dude. I'm talking about the whole party as itself. Why are you trying to extrapolate?
Yeah, well, when your party's leaders are doing it, it's totally different. You ever work at a workplace with a toxic boss that allows toxicity in the workplace? Same thing. That's what Trump is.
Many times.
Yeah,
many times.
That's what Trump is.
But no, because Pickles. The problem is that you got. I'm not going to say who specifically, but the party as a whole celebrated what happened with Charlie Kirk, and it was terrible.
Now, every single one of our leaders came. If you can point to a leader that said things like they're glad Charlie Kirk is dead, I'd love to see it. I haven't seen a single one of our leaders or politicians show that that's what our party's about.
I'm not talking about the fucking leaders. I'm talking about the people, the comments, the posts, the videos, Pickles. I'm not talking about the fucking.
Okay. Then it's then you understand that it's not a big of a problem because it's okay in your party from top to bottom. It's okay. In our party, there's going to be pockets of people that act out, and there's people like me who keep their people like in my comments or on my page when they say, hey, I'm going to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. And I say, no, that's not okay. That is what you need in place in your party. You don't have any of that. You have none.
So when people say that Charlie Kirk is looking up at us, are you denying that people say that he's in hell looking up at us? Are you
That's not celebrating anything, right?
Are you denying that people laugh at Erica Kirk? Are you denying that shit, Pickle? Are you serious right now?
Yeah,
can you be genuine?
Yeah, that's not celebrating he's dead. Erica Kirk is very problematic. You can, if you're a fan of Charlie Kirk, you too are also saying Erica Kirk is the strangest acting widow in recent history I've ever seen. She's the strangest acting widow I've ever seen.
But even if she is acting strange, that doesn't necessarily, I just don't, what does that necessitate? That doesn't mean any wrongdoing that she deserves to have her husband,
Nobody's on camera. Saying her husband was a horrible person, but you won't see me going, yes, we need more political violence. We need more deaths like this.
I just don't know how I would, as a grieving widow, that's just tough. And she has to raise those children alone and, kind of just hold
They weren't even his.
That's not, okay, come on. Now that's a second conspiracy.
They're not.
They're not.
I don't think that's a conspiracy.
Pickles, this is a new level of cope. Come on.
No.
Those are his children.
I don't think they are his kids. They're from her past marriage.
You can't be serious right now.
I think they are.
I haven't dived that deep into it, but those are his. Well, because he talked about having a daughter and he took pictures. Those are his kids. Pickles, like this is just new, uncharted territory for me. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99%.
Okay, their daughter is theirs. Just a few weeks before he was. Okay, so his daughter is theirs.
Yeah, and see that substantiates my argument that they have. Well, I'll say kid. We can meet half.
Didn't he write her out of the will? He wrote her out of the will for some reason.
I heard something about that, but that's I don't want to get too personal.
There's some really weird shit going around with all that. By the way, he said some very horrible things that have bit him in the ass constantly since he's died. That is different from Robert Mueller and our president. Our president. Do you think that Obama would celebrate Trump dying on social media?
I'm not going to answer that question.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to say yes or no. I'm not going to answer that.
He would not.
I'm not going to answer that.
No.
I'm not going to answer that. And he didn't say, he said things that have been taken out of context. So you guys want to not feel bad for him. You want to dehumanize him.
You don't need to take anything out of context for Trump. Trump has said plenty of things you don't need context for that are horrible. He's a horrible person.
Pickles, it's easy to talk shit about somebody when you dehumanize them. And that's what people did with Charlie Kirk. They dehumanized him to make him seem like he said these wildish, outlandish shit.
Nobody dehumanized him.
Absolutely.
He is a monster of bigger proportions than someone lower than human. He is somebody who has used all of his privilege and his knowledge and wit to act for and run defense for a fascist regime. He came out and lied for Trump so many times, knowing he was wrong, and you can see it on camera.
No, he didn't lie. He just pointed out what other people were leaving out when criticizing Trump. That's all he did. When
No,
people would criticize,
when
that's all he did.
I
That is
watched
all
him
he did.
debate a college kid about whether or not undocumented migrants had rights, and you think he didn't know whether or not the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment and all those things exist? He didn't. You think he didn't know?
He did know. He did know. He
He
did.
fucking
Absolutely did know.
lied.
But and again, it's just tough because when someone's not here to defend themselves, even if it's someone I didn't
Fuck
like,
him.
fair enough. But I just personally, I don't want to, speak on their behalf or against because he's no longer here to defend himself. But you notice how his, I want to
Hitler's
say
not
his
here to defend himself either, but I can talk all the shit I want to.
Well, yeah, but those are two different levels. Even if you do think Charlie Kirk's evil, you still would acknowledge those are two different levels of evil, correct? You're not going to sit here and put them on the same field, correct? Like, come on, let's have an honest conversation. You would still, even if I were to grant you that Charlie Kirk is evil, which obviously I don't think it was, but even if I were to grant you that, it would be a different level, a different proportion to Hitler. Obviously, we're not going to sit here and put them on the same pedestal. That's just
I would say he was
that's
more like
past.
he was probably just a perfect equivalent to Goebbels, Joseph Goebbels.
Could you say that a little bit slower? I misheard you. I was trying to
Joseph
hear what you said.
Goebbels.
What does that mean? What does
Goebbels
that even mean?
was Hitler's propagandist.
Not even close, because you have a choice with Charlie Kirk. Hitler didn't give anybody a choice. You know, if you're born a certain way, it's my way or the highway. That's how Hitler was. Charlie
Well,
Kirk, you had a choice.
the person who came out with all of the rhetoric that was appealing to the average person, that was Joseph Goebbels.
No, but even that's not as bad as Hitler because you still have a choice. So you're
I didn't say it was as bad as Hitler. I mean, he's pretty bad, but he was a cog in the machine, and he was definitely somebody who was spreading white nationalism, Christian nationalism, anti Islamophobia, all sorts of horrible things, transphobia, misogyny. He was making all of those things very palpable for young kids, and like the right always says this shit about like leave our kids alone. Y'all were the only ones in business, and y'all are still the only ones in business of indoctrinating kids and going directly to them to indoctrinate them with your political beliefs.
Yeah, I can understand that perspective, but I think that it's equal. You don't want to admit that it's both sides because they both sides have a platform. Like you look at someone like Jubilee. Jubilee hosts both Democrat and Republican speakers. You know, then they'll have anybody debate. So you can't just sit here and say that it's one sided. That they're going to campuses and you do realize the majority
they're
of college,
holding open discussions. They're not going there with an agenda.
college students, you do realize it. I've done my research. College students are actually mostly liberal and Democrats. So it's not like there's an
They come out
overwhelming
liberal and Democrat because they're taught critical thinking and history. It's not because they teach liberal indoctrination. They don't go in there and say, hey, these are the things and ideas that lean you more towards the left. No, they just teach you, hey, here are these ideas. You do with them what you want. But most people knowing things, they come out liberal, 70%. After you graduate college, you learn history. You learn how to hear politicians in a new light because you've read what other countries and what other politicians have done around the world in history and how those things went. And you see right through it. And you're also taught maybe some ideas that like the age of the earth and all this stuff that would turn you away from maybe some religious ideas that are unfounded. That's maybe why you would be liberal.
No, I understand that, and I've done some research to support that. But that goes against the point you made earlier, is that it's only just Republicans are just majority coming through and just converting everybody, and successfully converting and changing everybody's mind to be conservative and Republican.
If we went to churches and said, "Hey, have you heard of the Church of Lucifer?" That would be an inclement. If we went to all like what are those campuses that like in Utah? BU or whatever, BMU or whatever, dude, it's if we went there and tried to like deconstruct students, you would have a point. But you don't. We don't try to do that. All this shit where we hear the Trump administration trying to tell y'all where we're trying to indoctrinate kids with like pronouns, all this stuff. There's no actual movement for that. There's no actual like organization. There's no person. There's no leader head. There's no speaking like face that's telling everybody these are what pronouns are and any other way is wrong. Like, no, these are all things that as a society we've figured out and are just coming into like the popular, like into the spotlight. And you guys are be able to point at these things, get knee-jerk reactions out of it, but we're not going after kids. Y'all are.
Yeah.
100%
Okay.
of the time.
And I'm not and okay, we're gonna just I just wish we could admit that it's both sides to contribute, because I don't want to hold you too long, but I just want to hear you real quick before I leave. Just admit that it's both sides that contribute to these issues. Both sides contribute, whether it's the debt we're talking about, whether it's inflation, whether it's the social issues, whether it's the indoctrination of the youth. We could leave on a positive note. Just admit that it's both sides. If you could just admit it's both sides, I'll drop right now. Just admit that it's both sides that contribute, and I'm out of here. That's all I want. I just want to leave on a good note. Pickles, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's both sides. Both sides.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, both sides of the right. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Chat, don't forget to follow. This is a new account. Y'all. If y'all are wondering why you haven't seen me in your FYP, this is a new account. Also, tap the screen. I can't see my. Oh, we're almost at 50K. Did you remember my message? No, D. I didn't. Hello?
Yeah, it's good, Matthew.
What's up, bud?
Yeah, so yeah, did you see the LaGuardia thing?
No.
Yeah, so where I used to live in New York City.
Yeah, the airport thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing I moved to Tampa. New York City is just terrible. But it's very sad, bro. I should actually get used. You don't debate usually. I'm not MAGA. I'm gonna find you someone to debate. Okay, I'm gonna invite someone.
All right. Everything's behind a paywall, dude. 41 passengers taken to hospital. Oof. Trump supporters, if you want to debate, hop in the box. I'm gonna turn on the YouTube phone here in a sec. Yeah, the two pilots unalived. Mod D, MAGA, do, got it. All right. The phone line is on YouTube. If you want to debate, call into the phone line. YouTube says you can't hear the caller. Is YouTube hearing the caller okay? The caller is not speaking right now, by the way. Guys, if you want to call, you just call this phone number right here. I'm just talking about earlier. I don't know what he's doing, y'all. Watch the Tucker Carlson segment on SNL. I need to watch it. I tagged you in the video. Okay, I'll check it out. Let's watch it in Discord. Empress, I gotta give you the Discord that I hang out in now, so you can just come hang out with us. Good lord, chat. It sure is a Monday. Dude, did you guys see that legislation has been filed in Congress to put Charlie Kirk on a US coin? I didn't change names, y'all. I got banned. Was it Goebbels on a coin? Let's see. He did commission a rare commemorative medallion in 1934. Grand Charlie Kirk on a coin before GTA 6, dude, is wild. We are Charlie Kirk. We call out his name. All right, y'all. It looks like we are reading YouTube. Oh, somebody named Taserface just followed me. I love that. Is it a Chuck E. Cheese coin? It's a wild. It's a wild. Ugh. PB2903. Thank you so much.
Super chatted $9.99. MAGA is dead. Yes, we are dumb, but the Dems are CEO assets.
I'm gonna have to read that one again. MAGA is dead. Yes, we are dumb, but the Dems are Zio assets. Zionists. We are. We're the ones who let Israel bomb Iran. Are we the ones who push anti-Muslim or Islamophobic rhetoric? Like, I hear every time some big issue comes up to distract y'all, all they have to do is start talking about Sharia law. Muslims are here and they're going to do Sharia law, and you guys go crazy. Schumer and AIPAC. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I think every dim that supports AIPAC is gonna lose or do very poorly in their elections coming up. I think that every Republican, I think like 85%, will not budge from their support of Israel. They won't budge. Y'all are cooked. Cooked. Shakira law. That's right. That means you just can't lie. No lying. Trump will be out. We have Shark Week law. I think Charlie Kirk would agree with Shark Week law. He was for public executions, wasn't he? Nice, Lauren. Shakira laws. Hips are absolute. Oh, chat. Shall we do a reset on TikTok? We might have to do a reset and come in hot with some likes. You guys want to try that? Here for reset? All right, y'all. We're going to do reset. We'll be right back. BRB chat. Oh. Oh, shit. No one on YouTube brave enough to call in. Wild. Good evening, Priscilla. What's up, Marika? Y'all come on in and chat. Tap on that screen. Let's get like a head start on taps so we can send this out and get some Trump supporters. Politics, MAGA, Trump, America first, Iran, drill baby drill, Kamala, politics, debates, friendship, rainbows, candy canes, blueberry muffins. Shares help a bunch. Thank you so much. I just made blueberry muffins. Oh. Trump, Kamala, Trump, politics, political debates, friendship, friendly political debates. We're having debates. If anyone wants to debate, you should debate. What about Biden? Biden derangement syndrome. Let's go, Brandon. Lower my taxes. Bad economy. Welcome back, y'all. Tap the screen. Let's get to 10K. Quick. If you don't like it, then leave. States' rights, but not like that. States' rights, but not like that. That should be a fucking t-shirt. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Shares, taps. Ooh, thank you so much for the sunglasses. Thank you, see me now. What up, Jill? What happened to the stream? We had to restart. We got to get a fresh algo. The algo went for a mani-pedi. We gotta tap it back into submission. Guys, can we get some stickers spammed in the chat? Can we get some blue hearts if you're a Democrat? Give me some red hearts if you're a MAGA. Or poop. Poop's fine too. If you just type poop, we'll know you're MAGA. What are you saying? This Lithuanian person asking for stickers that doesn't exist. What if we just like poop? That's cool too. Holy War. Pete Hegseth, Pam Bondi, Carolyn Levitt. Poop on a stick. Do I have an Amazon wish list? I do. It's in my link tree. So Trump fell asleep today in a meeting. We do need new stickers, dude. What up, Waffle? James Tellerico 2028. Love me some Tellerico, dude. He's a solid little man. That guy is tiny. He's a little guy. He's a miniature dude. I've seen him in person. Yeah, he's like up to here on me. I could give him head pats. He used to model for trophy makers. How tall is he? me see. There's no publicly available information on the site. Come on, bro. James. He's got to be like 5'6". Chat, I am 6'4". Those are two different measurements. Tellerico looks up to Pickles. But Kirk looks up to us all. Zelensky energy. Oh yeah, Poinsus. Thank you for the TikTok stickers. Zelensky's hot. No apologies. He is hot, dude. Trump 6'3", 250 pounds. Mostly in his arms. And his legs. Chat, if you were a MAGA and you want to debate, hop in the box. If you're not MAGA, tap the screen. Let's get back up to like 50K. Also, the phone line is on, y'all. If y'all want to call in, it is up. And I need to find that fucking phone line. No calls yet. No calls yet. We have people on YouTube that are being pushed to call because they've been yapping in the comments, but it's okay. It's okay. Devil's advocates? No. No, I can't do it. I have the typetism that just doesn't let me do that. Yeah, they can see it on YouTube. I got Trump. I got Trump for 5'8", 5'8", 5'9". Over and under. My link tree is in my bio. So if you go to my if you go
Trump just killed a deal that would have ended the
oops. I want to watch that though. This little link tree right here. And then my Amazon wish list is right here. You guys are trying to help me out. My PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App are right here as well. If you guys are trying to buy me coffee, it's the best way to do it. I can't get used to this new OS on iPads. Guys, have y'all played Balatro? It's so good. I won't bore you with it. Got any games on your iPad? Yes. I do. I can play Magic. I can play Balatro. Mom says it's my turn. Balatro is a perfect game, no notes. It really is. It's pretty good. I have to take a break from Magic every once in a while because I pay money to play draft. And Balatro really does it for me. Do you play chess? I am not a good chess player. I love Alex Perlman. I don't watch his podcast though. I don't watch his podcast. Woof woof woof. I might have to get on some of my friends, get on some content creator streams to get some follows and some hype. It's been slow. Parker's online. Dan said you should come over. Dan's not live though, is he? No, he's not. Hector's live? I have 339. What? That would be awesome. Oh, he's MAGA hunting right now? For trouble, his streams are past my bedtime. I understand. I need to. He probably gets on in what, like a couple hours? Oh, my allergies, dude. Parker's live. Dean is not. All right, Liam.
How much have you missed me on a scale of 1 to 10?
-9.
You don't understand that the scale goes from 1 to 10? I didn't say anything about negative.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how are you doing, Liam? How are you coping with your president putting us in a weird war for Israel?
Oh, I've heard some really good news. I heard that there was a ceasefire from the United States for like a week, with the threat that Donald Trump was like, that the pass there has to be opened up, and there's some compliance there. So it looks really good. I think after all of the bombing and everything, I think that they've come to the table. I think that there's some good stuff happening there. I think that it's not over yet, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't think it's going to be a long, drawn-out conflict.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a whole.
What do
I
you
don't
think?
There's a whole lot.
What do you think we're doing over there, man?
I think we're kicking some ass like the United States typically does.
But what
That's
for?
what we do, bro.
What are we doing?
We'll put a boot in your ass because it's the American way. Okay.
Just cause we're just out there spending money?
No, I don't think that there's a lot of reasons. I think that there's a threat. Just like I would actually have to take Kamala Harris's word for the threat that that presented to the United States would be this region for sure. So I came out of her mouth, unless you think she's full of shit. I don't know.
Are you saying the only way to deal with threats outside the United States is just go bomb the shit out of them?
No, I'm just saying that Kamala, I'm just taking her advice now.
That's pretty weak. It's pretty weak. So you're still not really giving me a good reason. We're just over there because we're America.
No, I think that there was a threat. I think that with the nuclear stuff that was happening,
What about the
and
whistleblower
I
that came
think that
out and said that's not the
no,
case?
oh, whistleblower. Okay, conspiracy theory shit. Now here we go. Got
Conspiracy
it.
theory.
Yeah.
This is somebody who's a hardliner Republican who worked in counterterrorism intelligence, and he came out, he resigned, and he said, we have no business, and that Iran posed no threats. And now that his job was made impossibly hard by now looking for the blowback of all of the war going on in the Middle East.
So again, Kamala sitting in the war room under Biden and knowing all of this intel, and she says that they pose the biggest threat to, definitely to the United States. And so, what am I
Because they
going to
could
say that?
possibly because they could shut
No,
down the Strait of Hormuz.
no, just because of who they are and the T groups that come out of this region
Mm-hmm.
and the threat that they are not following in line.
So we need to
with,
go bomb them.
Their peace treaty. Yeah, bro. This religion and ideology is not acceptable in the United States. Maybe in your worldview, in your safe space at home, it is. But for me, I don't like it.
Okay, so you want to
I
bomb
don't
them?
like.
You just
I
don't like
want
their religion,
justice.
so you want to kill them all?
No, I want justice for Aisha. You don't care about 6-year-olds. I mean, I do though. I definitely do.
Are those one? Is that one of the 175 children we killed?
No, we didn't go over there to start unaliving children, bro. Stop being a weirdo. United States never does that.
Cool. What did we do that so that people here could be radicalized and blow up Jewish?
I mean, I would have to push back. I would say the United States maybe has been not directly, but because of all of the immigrants and their children, that they've allowed to come over here and be trafficked, that, yeah, we're responsible for some shit under your party. So, yeah, some kids have been harmed.
Some people came here legally and legally, and you still don't like it. And it's our fault for even thinking of not keeping this nation pure white country, redneck, and uneducated.
Hey, what happened to the Epstein stuff, man? What happened to all the victims? And what happened to all that?
Yeah, I don't know. Trump hasn't made one arrest. What did happen?
I didn't hear you say anything about the Clintons at all as of lately. Why are you not up in arms about Billy Boy there?
Arrest them all. Make one arrest. If he made one arrest, even if it was Bill Clinton, go for it. He hasn't made one arrest. He hasn't made one fucking arrest. Not a single arrest. He's not interested in looking into it. He hasn't said anything about looking into it. Pam Bondi strictly looks like she doesn't want anybody to look into it. She's redacting and not releasing anything. What do you mean what happened to it? That's what happened to it. Trump is still protecting all of those pedophiles.
Okay, you know what? Watch this. Chat, watch this. Okay, Dark Pickles. Show me your viral video that you posted that was calling for the sentencing of the Clintons. Show it to me. Show me how you're a bipolar.
What for?
Show me how you're for the victims. Show me that you have one video that calls out the Clintons.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I got plenty of
videos calling out Republicans?
Predators, yes.
Yeah, do you have ones that
call out predators?
Republicans? Yeah. What about Republicans?
What about Republicans?
Do you have any calling out Republicans?
I don't need that
the
video
standard.
right
that's
now.
The standard you just put on me is for me to call my own party out, and you don't do it.
No, but we're talking about the Epstein files. Bro.
Yeah, I know, and you haven't called out your own party for being Howard Lutnick. What's he doing still in office?
Wait, no. Who do I need to call out?
Howard Lutnick.
None of these files were released under your administration.
Okay, but right now,
Stop it.
Instead of playing politics and sports teams, how about we arrest one pedophile?
I'm not playing sports teams.
Either side.
What are you talking about?
Your people are in charge right now and have nothing. They want nothing to do with it. They want nothing.
They're the only ones that have released. Yeah.
They released 2%.
Yep, that's 2% more than the Democratic Party has released.
You're looking real innocent now, man. Y'all are looking real innocent now.
Dude, you're an absolute nut job, bro.
Do you really think that they care about arresting anybody? They're blatantly protecting all of them right now. Not a single arrest has been made.
Absolutely,
Not a single
they do,
arrest.
Bro. Yes, they do.
What are they doing?
Listen,
who's leading that investigation?
What are you negative? Wait a minute? Are you negative, Nancy? Let me explain why you're negative.
What are we doing about it?
You're negative, Nancy.
Can you tell me about somebody coming out and saying they're going like forward in an investigation? Can you tell me about that? Are they doing that?
You have zero. Wait, you have zero faith in the FBI or the DOJ under
Trump? No,
Republican. No, under Republican or Democrat.
Yeah. Where was the arrest? Where is the investigation? Nothing's happening. What do you mean?
So what are you? What party are you with? The Green Party now? What party are you with? Bro?
I'm in the Democrat Party. As soon as we get in office, we're going to dig as deep as we can.
As
soon as we get in office, we're going to dig as deep as we can, and we're going to get you motherfuckers.
You're so full of shit.
We're going to get you motherfuckers. Yeah.
We're
gonna make arrests, and it's gonna start.
That's all this is.
It's gonna start unraveling all of your friends in the Republican Party. There's gonna be some in the Democrat Party, but they're all gonna start getting discovery. And they're gonna start telling on each other. They're gonna start unaliving probably, and we're gonna see why Trump didn't do any investigations, because it all would have led back to him.
Pickles, stop it, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, if you actually look at the files in the entirety, and you can see once Epstein was evicted from Mar-a-Lago because of the inappropriate shit
he didn't live there. How do you get evicted?
That's just my word saying he was no longer allowed, okay, on the property. Listen, there was no...
We have conflicting stories on this, by the way.
That's a lie. There's no smoking gun that says that him and Trump had any affiliation at all. So listen, you just coming up here in your party, oh my gosh, dude, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's insane. You have no ground to stand on, dude.
So Trump says that he kicked him out and that he knew and that he tattled on Epstein to the sheriff. But then in 2011, he comes out and says he had no idea what Epstein was doing. He had no idea at all. So if he knows the inner workings of Epstein's stuff, like he said to the sheriff years and years ago, why isn't he arresting these people? Why isn't he just brutally just coming down and arresting these people like he's doing to undocumented migrants, the most benign people in society?
Oh, stop pivoting, bro.
Why isn't he doing that?
Epstein files.
Why can't he do it?
Boy, no.
He's got a whole police. He's got a whole military ready.
We'll get to immigration. Let's go one at a time, Pickles. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice pivot, bro. So back to the files. Listen, you guys literally have been running on this for so long, dude.
Which one of our politicians?
He's so, every single one of them holding up signs, release the files. These fucking dumbass people, bro. Dumbass.
And they've only released 2%. So why can't we ask right now?
Called for release anything when they had the power. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay, because we didn't run on it. Trump did.
Tell me you're no longer a Democrat. You're no longer going to vote
I'm a Democrat.
For that party.
Why would I do that?
Oh gosh, Pickles.
Why you guys are actively protecting them right now? You guys are look at the fraud in the Trump administration. What?
Look at the fraud that Nick Shirley is exposing in California.
Nick Shirley's negative 100 IQ, dude.
Nick Shirley is a journalist, bro.
Yeah, okay.
A true journalist, a true patriot.
I really liked his piece on Ukraine, where he went to Ukraine and he tried to make it look like there's not even a conflict there. It was perfect for Putin to spread propaganda all throughout Russia. He went to parts of Ukraine saying, look how nice it is. It's totally fine. He was miles and miles away from all of the conflict in Ukraine.
So there's parts of the Ukraine that are not under war.
And he tried to make it look like there was no conflict and that this was a big scam and that we're funneling funds to Ukraine. That yes, that's what he did.
Oh wow, I'm
Liam. We don't need your commentary getting me banned, dude. Dude, Liam always sounds like he's been sipping on some cough syrup, but he says he's sober. Maybe he's just got wet brain. You had already paid to kick him? Oh. Did you really? Oh my god. Infectious, thank you. Perfect. My dog is cuter than yours. I think you're not opposition. He was on the lake earlier? Yeah. You're not opposition. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Nick definitely is not, to put it nicely, I don't think he's like mentally like 100% there. Christian with the Galaxy. Thank you so much. There's my freaking phone screen. I'm also a Liam and I won't stand for that. He didn't even vote? Liam didn't vote? How do you even admit that as a content creator? How do you even... Like, if I didn't vote, I would never admit that. Ever. Like, if it was, like, current. Like, I didn't start voting until 2024. That was my first, like, presidential election that I even knew, like, how to vote or what parties were. I had no idea. But I wasn't making content for a year and then not vote. Liam's been around forever, dude. Someone pulled his voter records? He didn't bother because he lives in a blue state. What a turd, dude. What a literal turd bucket. He was still really wishy-washy? No way, dude. No way. Isn't that a good thing? The difference between Democrats and Republicans is Democrats want everyone to vote. Republicans do not. The less people vote, Republicans win. Yeah, exactly true. Oh, chat. Might just be one of those Mondays. This might be... We might be puttering like this for a few more weeks. That's okay. I might have to take up a few... like shifts at the local... What's it called? The male dance club. I have to pick up a few shifts showing my body. But who's not actually literally just using their body anyway when they're working, you know? You can work a pole. Just you wait. I'm getting my dollar. The Golden Banana sounds like a fucking fantastic name. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Hello.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Are you over 18?
No.
Oh, okay. Yep. I've got hundreds. Giving Dark Pickles a new meaning, guys. What if I did VR? I did VR, like, erotic dancing. On Minecraft. On Minecraft TikTok. What if I was a baddie? Like with an anime bod. Sold. What's the difference between Minecraft and Roblox? Minecraft is like a sandbox, like survival game, build and all that stuff. Roblox is it's like it's really just everything and nothing. It's like a bunch of tiny mini games that people just make up. Be anything from tic-tac-toe to slap boxing to whatever. Roblox is, yeah, that's true. Trump supporters must be tired from working all day like me. Nice try, Cecil. Nice try. I thought it was Minecraft the whole time. Brooke's sending me the creepers. Thank you, Beth. Thank you all for the creeper gifts. I love that. Tanya, thank you, by the way. Tanya, thank you for the $5. This was a whole hour ago. Tanya says, I'm not mentally ill, but your guest is pushing me to the edge of needing medication. We were talking to a guest who says that I prey on mentally ill people. Gosh. Gee whiz, chat. Um, I feel like I should get on my alt account, my new alt account, and stream video games. Oh, I can't use that alt account yet. Damn. Um, let me get that alt account's numbers up. Actually, put away. Why don't we? This is my. Oh god, I can't do that. This is my new alt account. You guys follow me there? I think I need like 10K before I can stream using my PC. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the follows. Mr. Winkle, thank you for the
Wrinkle73 super chatted $10. Stepson won't vote Dem due to gun stuff. What would you debate about that?
Thank you so much for the $10. I would say there's 40,000 gun deaths every year in the United States. If you look at the next 10 countries combined, it doesn't even come up to 5% of all of the gun deaths. Or even when you look at just mass shootings, it doesn't even come close. Gun legislation is proven effective, but no one's looking to take everyone's pew-pews. Nobody's looking to take everybody. Like, I think Republicans are very paranoid, and the gun culture is so hypersensitive to any talks of gun legislation. And the only people who've actually pushed any sort of gun legislation in the last like 8 years would be Trump. He banned bump stocks. He's also talked about taking the guns first before due process. Him and Pam Bondi, his attorney general, have both said these things. If anybody is thinking of ways of taking people's guns that shouldn't have their guns taken, Trump. Most guns are pew-pew owners. I mean, sorry, most Dems are pew-pew owners. Kamala was a pew-pew owner. I'm a pew-pew owner. I just think that common sense gun laws are the answer, and Republicans, not a single one, will run on any of those issues because it would terrify their constituents. They would never ever do it. Democrats, I think, are for common sense, like red flag laws, fixing the straw loophole for the private purchases, universal background checks that goes every state for every single purchase. And I think we should outlaw ARs. I think we should outlaw high velocity, high capacity firearms, especially if they're semi-auto. Bolt actions are fine. But when you see somebody able to hold down a classroom with 300 police outside for 72 minutes with one type of pew-pew, we shouldn't have that. We should not have that. Nobody needs that. The only scenario where you could dream of that ever being effective for something is never going to happen to you, and even if it does, you're dying. I just think that people have all these fantasies. I have 2 pew-pews. I've almost always had pew-pews. I've never used them. I'm 37. I'm halfway done with my life. I've never used a pew-pew. Never had to. Never been in a situation. I've been in 1,000 situations where I'm glad I didn't have a pew-pew. I've been in 1,000 situations where I shouldn't have had a pew-pew. And I just think it takes a lot of time to talk people out of the like gun culture that's been instilled by the NRA and by Republican talking points and messaging for the last few decades. We're the only country who have these types of problems, and it makes no sense. If Trump can edit the Constitution with an executive order, we can figure out something with the Second Amendment. Chicago's a shining example of good gun laws. Not nobody who ever points at Chicago knows anything about crime rates or crime statistics. Chicago is a red herring. Chicago's number 21 on the list of top dangerous cities. You'll never hear Republicans talk about actual criticisms of laws that help crime. They only criticize cities that aren't working or problems. They don't acknowledge actual solutions. So when you ask people about how to solve gun problems, violent crime problems, homeless problems, Republicans have no answers. They literally just don't know. Because every solution they walk towards would be communism, socialism, all the stuff that they've been taught to hate so much. Obama and Biden gave Iran billions to build nuclear weapons. Trump is crushing them now, thank God. That's a lie. The Obama administration negotiated the Iran nuclear deal, which denuclearized them and had them on a 124-hour monitor. And in effect, as a part of that deal, we unfroze. It was like $1.6 billion or $3 billion worth of assets that was theirs already. We just unfroze it. We gave it back to them. It was part of the deal. For them to promise to never have nuclear weapons, Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. It was a fantastic deal. Trump ripped that up, allowed them to start building more nukes because they were no longer part of the trade that they were given for being part of the nuclear deal. So they continued to build nukes because of Trump. And Trump is coming to save us from himself again. The cash on pallets program, yes. It was money that was frozen. It was on pallets of cash. And it was during the night because, I don't know if you knew this, but during the night time here, it's daytime over there. Just like they said, so some random person miscalculated military capabilities. Therefore, what I said is incorrect. Completely irrelevant. I don't know what you're talking about. It's literally public knowledge that that money was... You guys just ran with a Facebook meme on how mischievous this pallets of cash were. Bless your hearts. Talking about Minnesota, that cash. Did you guys ever hear about how much Rick Scott embezzled from Medicaid? Medicare? It's like $500 million. He's a senator for Republicans. He's like one of the top senators. He used to be governor, Florida. Y'all love people who do fraud. He literally did the fraud. And when Tim Walz is like governor of a state and like fraud happens, he's bad somehow. I don't get how they've like connected this to Tim Walz. I don't get it. Trump's literally a fraudster. He had a fraudulent university. He got caught taking money from a children's cancer charity. He's not allowed to run a charity in New York because he's a fraudster. But y'all hate fraudsters. All right, chat. I think we're gonna get off. We're ranting to nobody, so I think we're gonna try again tomorrow. We're gonna hit the road running. I love y'all. I will see y'all then. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Mondays. Don't forget to subscribe and send me $1 million to my Cash App. I love you. Bye.